couple of weeks ago, one of my friends was making cookies and she was having a problem with the texture and consistency of the final product. So we got to discussing her method and, as it turns out, she didn't chill her dough. This step is overlooked by a lot of people, but if you want to make really perfect cookies, it's absolutely vital. And you know what? After I teach you why it's important to chill your dough, I'm going to teach you to bake something. This week we'll be making basic unrolled sugar cookies, one of the simplest baking recipes there is. For this week's recipe you will need 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 1/2 cups of white sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, also known as bicarb soda, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and yes, there's a difference, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 cup of butter that has been softened. Right, so let's get baking. Step the first. Sift your flour into a medium mixing bowl, then stir in the baking powder and baking soda and set it aside. Step 2. In a large mixing bowl, cream together the sugar and softened butter until the mixture is smooth. I'm using a stand mixer because it does save quite a bit of effort. Once it looks roughly like this, beat in the egg and the vanilla. Now, add your flour soda mixture in, a little at a time, until it's all combined. At this point in time, you should take your dough ball and wrap it very tightly in cling wrap, and then refrigerate it overnight. Okay, now seems like a good time to discuss why it's important to chill your cookie dough before you bake. There are 3 main reasons for this. 1. If you're making rolled cookies, or cookies involving butter, chilling will make the dough less sticky and easier to work with. Butter at fridge temperature is much nicer than butter at room temperature or higher. 2. If your cookies have flour in them, chilling them gives them time for the gluten strands in the flour to relax. When you work with flour, the gluten tightens, and if they're cooked immediately afterwards, your cookies will be rubbery and gross. Relaxed gluten means cookies are the right consistency, chewy or crunchy, depending on the other ingredients. 3. Again with the flour, chilling gives the flour time to absorb the liquid in your batter, which will give this finished product a much richer final taste. Less floury and definitely fuller. Do your mouth a favour, friends, and chill that dough. So it's the next day, we've chilled our dough, and we're ready to get baking. The first thing we need to do is preheat our oven to 190 degrees Celsius, or 375 Fahrenheit if you're American. Roll rounded teaspoons of your dough into balls and put them onto a baking tray that has been lined with parchment. Bake them for about 8 to 10 minutes, turning the tray around at half time. You want to take them out when they're just getting golden. Let them stand on the cookie sheets for 2 minutes before you transfer them to a wire rack to cool proper. Okay, you've made your sugar cookies and they're cool, and now you can eat them. And you've got the added benefit of knowing why it's important to chill your dough before you try to cook it. You can do some experiments with how long you chill for yourself, and there do seem to be some optimum times depending on other ingredients you're using. Play around with it yourself and let me know how your cookies turn out in the comments below. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. Please like this video and then share it with your friends to teach them how to bake cookies too. You can watch last week's video by clicking to the left. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking to the right. And then below those buttons there's 3 buttons, which is how you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter or Tumblr. Most of my Tumblr is recipes and just kind of general whining, but the other 2 are pretty cool. I will see you next week.